Well, good morning to you. It's Picken, CEO and founder of Migrate, and I'm coming from a very chilly but beautiful morning here to bring you this weekly wealth insight. And I thought, I was listening to something this morning and I thought, wow, it's such an important lesson. And it's the laws of nature. What's really interesting is that, when you look behind me here, the sun is rising. You can see it coming just over the hills there. And, no matter what you want or what you do, the sun will rise in the morning and the sun will go down in the evening. The moon will rise and the moon will go down. The tides behind me on this lagoon, rise and fall by, anywhere up to 2 meters every single day. Whether I drop this phone, the law of gravity, it exists basically, whether we like it or not. What you sow is what you reap, another law of nature. And what's fascinating when it comes to the laws of nature is that you can either abide by them, you can either understand them and use them to your advantage, or you can fight them and it makes your life extremely difficult, So, another law that I've always believed in is the one of working together. When you look at the animals and how they work together, whether it's the buck, the wildebeest going across the savannah, or whether it's the fish swimming in a shoal, or whether it's birds flying in a flock. This time of the year, there's a lot of birds migrating, and a bird flying in a flock can fly 70% further than a bird flying on its own. These laws exist, they're out there. And yet when it comes to investing, most people think that it's wise to try and invest on their own. When you look at the 20th century, the entire century was about individuals. It was about individual success. It was about shareholder, succeeding at the expense of the workers or even the climate or, the environment or anything, basically. It was all about individual success. And what I've noticed in the 21st century is that we're going far more back to the laws of nature, to collaboration. And ultimately, it's in collaboration that, the whole mindset changes. We're moving from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. We're moving from a competition mindset to a collaboration mindset. And that's very much in line with the laws of nature. And again, if you follow the laws of nature, then you've got a far better chance of success long term in terms of what you're doing. So, my question to you with regards to this wealth insight is take a step back. What are you trying to do on your own? Which laws of nature are you consciously or subconsciously breaking? Which laws of nature are you actually embracing and using to your advantage? I was on an event many years ago, about 3 years ago, and someone came up to me and he said, no, but those are the rules. And I said, well, who made the rules? At the end of the day, the people that made the rules said the world was flat. They said we couldn't fly. They said we couldn't go to the moon. They said that, women couldn't vote or Africans couldn't vote. Just because they're rules doesn't mean that the rules are right. I believe that you need to follow the laws of nature, and by following the laws of nature, you can truly find your destiny. And so, just because something's a rule doesn't necessarily make it right. But when you've got the laws of nature, just like if I drop this phone, it's a law of nature. Doesn't matter what anyone says or does, gravity exists. And, it's the same with reap what you sow. And, when it comes to investing, such a true law, collaboration versus individual, success. 1 + 1 can equal 3. 1 + 1 can even equal 11. When you think about masterminds and the power that is created when 2 minds come together, it actually creates a third mind. It's really, really exciting. And so, that's why we've got things like the Inner Circle. It's why we've got our Global Wealth Mastermind, so that people can collaborate together in the knowledge and build the self-belief. And then also, through the platform like Wealth Migrate, you've got the ability to invest with other people, with highly successful partners, get access to deals that you would never have got access to. And ultimately, it allows you to use the principles, the laws of nature to ultimately succeed. So that's me, Scott Picken, coming live from this magnificent morning here in Knysna, South Africa. And if you enjoyed this, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. We want to empower 1 billion people. We can't do it on our own. And just like a typical law of nature, energy begets energy, momentum begets momentum, and ultimately a movement might be created by the crazy fool. In fact, click on the link below, you'll see how a movement's created. It might be created by the crazy fool like me that's doing a crazy dance, and then the team, our team that's doing the crazy dance and a movement. But ultimately a movement is created by all of us pulling in the same direction. And as we say at the World Movement, let's create a better and more sustainable planet for all. See you next week. Cheers.